If you are angry right now at your spouse, at your marriage, at where you are in life, maybe even at God, I want you to know something before we go any further. It's okay. You're allowed to be. Hi, friends. I'm Jess, and I'm not going to take this time to tell you that you need to calm down or look on the bright side. I'm not going to hand you another communication tip or give you some date night ideas. Because if you're anything like I was, none of that would even touch the surface of what's actually going on. Here's what I've learned from both my own marriage and walking alongside people in theirs. Anger is almost never the real problem. It's the alarm. It's what shows up when you've been hurt or exhausted or feel unseen for so long that your body starts protecting you the only way it knows how. I was working with a client the other day who said, "Were you even angry? How did you reconcile in marriage when you're angry?" And I thought, maybe I'm not being loud enough about this part of my story because yes, I was so angry. I was full of anger and resentment and anxiety. And there was a time that I vividly remember, it wasn't my proudest moment, that I was standing outside on the phone and something very small happened and I erupted. All of the layers of anger and resentment and all of those emotions that had just been compounding and compounding erupted. And I lost it. I was shaking, I was screaming, and it was super eye-opening to me because for so long, I had thought that separation and divorce would give me some form of relief. But here I was still angry. For so long, I thought that he was the reason I was angry. If only his actions changed. If only this was no longer a part of my story. But here's what I found. I needed to do the work. I needed to get to the root of why I was angry. Nobody told me why I was angry. They told me I needed to not be angry. Calm down. I want to ask you today, not how do you get rid of your anger, but what is it stemming to? What is the root of it? What have you been carrying that you're not acknowledging? You don't have to have the right answers. I want you to just start to create awareness because knowledge is power. You don't have to pretend to be hopeful. You just have to start talking honestly with yourself. What is going on? Where is this anger coming from? What am I really angry at? And how do we get to the root of it? Because nobody around you can change your anger. They can't change your expectations. They can't change who you are. They can't change how you process information. They can't change how you react to it. Only you can do that. So I want to tell you this. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to experience those emotions and those feelings. But then I want you to ask yourself, what is this anger teaching me? What is it trying to show me? What is it protecting? And start to become a detective in your own life and dig deep into what it's telling you. Tomorrow, I want to show you something that took me years to understand, where the disconnect actually starts. And it's not what everybody thinks.